Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I want to start off by saying that any and all thoughts and opinions are just that, thoughts and opinions. In no way am I sharing professional advice when it comes to physical and mental health. These videos are simply for fun and to provide my thoughts on the topic. Do not send any hate to anyone I talk about, and please be kind in the comments.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. We're going to get into some more foodie beauty content. Just a quick heads up, I'm still sick, you probably could tell by my voice, but we're going to try and get through this foodie beauty video. I will be doing the live streams like Amber. I have said this for probably about a week or two now, but I will get into it. I'm about halfway through one of the live streams, the drunk one, so just going to need some time, still sick, and I'm hoping to get better and then finish that off, because that's going to be probably a couple parts because of just how much I talk. But we're going to get into foodie beauty now and try and get through this video without giving myself a headache. Alright guys, I'm going to quickly just glance over all this stuff because it's not really all that interesting. I am happy about the man being acquitted, but not really all that interesting to me. That being said, I do want to talk about the Amber Lynn drama, especially with all the friendships and past relationships exposing her. And I did start off with talking about Tommy, but I didn't really think it was going to get as big as it did, and it's gotten worse over time. But I think now it's probably slowly going to die down because really it's getting to the pinnacle of the drama, and it's only really going to fall off from here. I mean, if Alexis exposes something big, which I don't really trust her all that much because, as far as I'm concerned, I think she's a lot like Amber. And I don't believe anything Erica or Brittany says too, because they've really all gone on the record for lying. So it's kind of hard to tell who's telling the truth, who's not telling the truth. But how are you guys dealing with all the drama?
I love his music, and he followed me, and he did like a couple of my pictures, from what I remember, and I was freaking out, and well, the person I was with at the time wasn't too thrilled.
I want to leave this part unedited, and the reason why is because I just want to quickly glance over it. I feel like it's kind of important to point out that if someone kind of gets upset because someone follows you on the internet, it is a bit possessive. It does depend on how badly you infantilize or idolize the person. I think there is a point in which sometimes fans go into an unhealthy mindset, but if your partner is getting irrationally angry over it, I think it's something that you should consider breaking up over, because it could get worse from there. Not saying it will always get worse. Their feelings might be valid, and it could be a little bit of a problem on your part, but for the most part, I don't think it's a healthy mindset to have, especially when your partner is like that. So definitely consider that a red flag, in my opinion. I honestly thought I could talk for so long, but Jesus Christ, this woman goes on forever about anything. Like, literally, like, I get it, if you like someone and you're happy about them getting out, but, oh my God, just address the goddamn drama.
But I have some wieners here, some big sausages wieners.
So the reason why she has sausages is because her husband's sausage got released again. Surprise, surprise, the cheat is going to continue cheating, but I don't think it's really all that important because, let's face it, it's not a real relationship. If you pay someone money, they're obviously not going to give you that loyalty out of respect or love, because, like, at the end of the day, it's just a situationship.
You guys know how I love those. Julia apparently does too. So I'm going to just give her a little piece because processed meat's probably not too healthy for her, but here you go, that's it. And I have some ketchup and moutarde, which is French for mustard. I know people lose their crap whenever I speak French. You can't speak French! Yeah? Guess what? I don't care. I'll do it anyway. So we're gonna zigzag that on there. That's all I feel like eating right now is just some hot dogs, okay? So, well, they're more like chicken sausages, but they're like hot dogs.
Immediate flashbacks to her telling off Amber to eat another chicken sausage.
They taste like hot dogs in my opinion. Oh yeah. And some water, whatever. Beauty bite! Bismillah.
Yeah, there was nothing beautiful about that bite. That was absolutely disgusting. Does anyone else find it kind of weird why she's eating 4 hot dogs by themselves? And, like, I do understand the joke. I do understand, like, she's doing it as a troll. But at the same time, like, you could have ate it with something else to make it a little bit more filling and a little bit more nutritious. Like, that's not going to fill you up, and you're just going to eat a bunch of other crap.
So the purpose of this video is to sincerely thank those.
I know that I pointed this out before, but she will literally say 2 to 3 words and then shove a piece of food in her mouth. Like, say the whole sentence and then shovel the food in your mouth if you're that desperate to eat. Also, just don't talk into the camera when you have a mouthful of food because it is goddamn repulsive.
Who have just tried to, like, bring me down, ruin my life in any way they can.
Simple piece of advice from someone who is close to half your age, like, if you don't want your life on the internet, don't post it on the internet. And I know that one of the biggest things now going around social media is putting your partners on blast. If you don't want people hating on your partner, and if you truly love them as an individual, you want to protect them from the hate of hundreds, potentially millions of people, do not post your partner online looking for validation, because then people are going to validate your emotions with hating your partner. It is that simple. Like, you run to the internet, not just you, but many men and women will run to the internet hoping for validation. They get the validation and they don't realize that validation comes with hate. So either keep it private or quit complaining about putting it online because you chose to put that online in the first place. You know, and that includes friends, families, and even your partners. And even if they aren't necessarily, social media influencers and they want private lives, by extension of being around you, people are going to criticize them too, because that's just how it is. And I don't necessarily agree with people attacking people that aren't online, but if you want to take part of this life, be part of this life, then you're going to have to accept some of the criticism too. That's just how it is. And like, even like myself, I don't show my face on the internet, but I am opening myself up to criticism with things that I do. And that's perfectly fine. I'm okay with being criticized because at the end of the day, it's part of personal growth. I don't agree with the hate, the death threats, or the doxing and stuff like that, but I don't agree with any of that at all. But the criticism itself, totally valid, totally understandable.
Sincerely, if you've tried to do something towards me to make me try to lose in life in some way or see me down and out, and if you've celebrated that as a victory, to see me rage, to see me cry, to see me upset, if you've ever succeeded, I hope you've taken note of how temporary that's been. And I'm thanking you because anything like that thrown my way, I've used it to make myself stronger.
I wouldn't consider emotionally eating to make yourself bigger the same as trying to make yourself stronger, but you do you. Also, again, people are not trying to bring you down. They're holding a mirror to yours and her actions. Yes, there are some crazy people that go way too far, and I understand that she's probably more so talking to those people, but for the majority of the time, people literally are just calling out yours and his actions. Like, again, don't do stupid things and you won't get called out. Like, my parents raised me with the idea that if you have to lie or admit part of the situation in order to not get in trouble, then just don't do that thing in the first place. Like, it is not that hard. Like, if you have to hide it, then why are you doing it? I'm willing to bet this is the closest that she's gotten to a winner since she started dating Solar.
To the people who've literally wanted my marriage to fail, tried to ruin my marriage, one person has actually admitted, it's on the internet, I just wanted to ruin her marriage.
In order to ruin a marriage, it would have to be valid in the first place. So, you yourself admitted that it's not really an official marriage, that you got married through a loophole. So, can you even say that it would be ruined or someone's attempting to ruin a marriage if it's not even real?
Well, I want to thank you too, because we've used that incident as a way to make our relationship stronger.
I know that it's hard to kind of understand the delusional mindset, but can you please kind of like explain how you make a monogamous relationship and marriage stronger when you find out your partner is cheating on you? Because with that type of mindset, you can never fully trust them again unless you come up with some sort of, boundaries or set. But I mean, that's not making the relationship stronger. That's you just admitting defeat and allowing your partner to do what they want because you are too pathetic to move on.
All of these have been lessons indeed. And I really don't want to sound smug.
But that's the thing, Foodie. Your entire personality is negative. Like, you're arrogant, you're egotistical, you're condescending, you're self-absorbed, you're self-serving. There's not a single trait about you that I would consider positive. And on top of all of that, you don't really have the achievements or even really the necessary inherent abilities or traits to give you those type of attitude in the first place, because your entire personality is summed up with the man that you're dating, and it's not even really a marriage. It's a contractual agreement all based on monetary gain for him, because you have given him money and he couldn't even be faithful to you, which is genuinely crazy, because that's really the only thing it's based on. If you're going to give someone money, the least they can do is be faithful to you. And I don't understand how you can really be all of these things, because let's face it, he's cheated on you. Your last relationship wasn't even a relationship, it was a situationship in which he abused the hell out of you. Pete is really the only person I can really think of that gave you any sort of attention, and you considered him to be below what you should deserve, which basically is nothing because you're a terrible person. And in a lot of ways, even though you're not as bad as Amber, you're just like her. And Amber has done some absolutely just horrendous things, and it's crazy to me that, both of you could still get relationship after relationship, and it's like, yes, you have to pay for yours, but Amber can actually find someone who she's willing to date. And I mean, she has to date feeders now, so that's kind of her just karma. But like, the things that she has done to, Destiny and Beck, and especially Casey and Crystal, and I don't know, there is no actual evidence to say whether or not she has done physical things, but emotional and mental things are just as bad. They can leave someone absolutely traumatized, and Beck and Casey have dealt with it to such horrendous extents.
Because I'm being sincere. I'm being serious. I never expected that would happen.
But you're not, though. That's the thing. You are very delusional in your mindset, because you believe that, one, you are deserving of the love that you essentially are trying to pay for, and two, I think you're happy when you're not. You're honestly miserable, and anyone can really see it. And I think I want to try looking at it from a logical standpoint instead of an emotional standpoint. Foodie Beauty needs to require to do the job of a stay-at-home partner. And it's not as hard as being a stay-at-home parent, but being a stay-at-home partner still requires you to do a lot of mental and emotional and physical labor. Like, a lot of people perceive it to be not as useful because it's not something that you get paid for, so therefore it's not really work. It is a ton of work, and if you think as a stay-at-home partner it's easy, you're probably not doing it right, because frankly it requires a lot of effort to put in. And I say this as someone who has a sister, a mother, grandmother who have been stay-at-home parents and stay-at-home partners. It is a lot of emotional work. You need to take on the physical roles of the house: cooking, cleaning, grocery shopping, paying bills, all that type of stuff like that. Not actually like making the money, but setting all that up and making sure that the money itself is going to the right things. You need to do the emotional work, keeping yourself mentally and emotionally happy, keeping your partner mentally and emotionally happy, children, pets, all that type of stuff. You need to put in a lot of the mental labor. If your partner forgets something, you're going to have to remind them. It is very stressful to do a full-time job and have the burdens of looking after your partner and the potential children. You're going to have to remind them a lot of times. Like, I'll fully admit, I'm a very forgetful person, and I need to be reminded a lot. So that's a lot of the aspects that need to be taken into account. And there are a lot of times in the situation where it's never going to be 50-50. There are going to be times in which your partner is going to need to do 20% and you're going to have to do 80%. And there are going to be times where you need to do 20% and your partner's going to have to be 80%. And do you honestly think you're ever going to be in a relationship with Salah that's going to be, okay, are you going to pick up the burden, my burdens, when I need to do less? Or is he going to be able to do less and you do more? No, because you're both self-centered people who don't truly care about one another. It's just a transactional relationship.
I have our tickets bought. And y'all are just sitting behind avatars. on your couches, wherever you sit, judging us.
I know that I really shouldn't pity her because she is a terrible person, but honestly, it's like looking at a wounded animal at this point because, like, she's trying to delude herself into believing that it's true, but she doesn't even believe her own lies. Like, she can't even look into the camera when she says the lies. She has to look away because she's just trying to pull something out of thin air in order to grab onto and to hold onto because then she would have to accept that maybe she isn't worth loving. And I'm sorry, but that's true. You don't have it in you because you're not deserving of it because you haven't done the work.
Because I would rather be in this position.
For the love of God and everything that is holy, can you please stop talking with your mouth full? I'm sick of seeing it. It is repulsive.
I'd rather be living the life than being the one talking about someone else's.
Except you actually do talk about other people and the way they live. You have these really weird arbitrary comebacks, like you talk about whether or not someone has children, or whether or not someone has a certain occupation, or whether or not a family member has a certain occupation, or you talk about whether or not people have partners or not. So, like, you judge just as unfairly, probably even more so, because at least they have actual criticism, where yours is, oh, well, I have a man, or, oh, well, I haven't done X, or, well, oh, I don't have children, and therefore I criticize people online. Like, you just criticize people for things that aren't really criticizable, where you actually have actions that people criticize you for things that you do and shouldn't do. So, yeah, you're very much a hypocrite in that point.
I'm always going to have haters.
Yeah, except the criticism you're getting is not hate, it's criticism. Two different things. At this point, I sound like a broken record, but, stop doing stupid shit and people won't judge you for doing stupid shit.
But haters are useful. They teach you things. They teach you how to be more resilient. They give you thicker skin.
This part genuinely made me laugh because Foodie Beauty is the type of person who will rage stream, and she will also go to the community section post and just like say the most horrendous and messed up things about people, to then delete it, apologize, and say she'll do better, to then repeat the same behavior over and over again. Like, girl, you don't know what those words even mean, let alone are those things.
Especially if you're like a public figure. Some reasons might be valid.
Oh, wait, hold on. Do we have some self-reflection and actually understanding?
We're human, we mess up.
Some actual character development?
Some reasons are just made up or out of invalid reasons or things that are not justified.
And blue balled.
But whatever the case, it doesn't matter, right? When I think about it, I'm exactly where I want to be in life. Like, no, it's not perfect. But other than the imperfections, which getting my health in order, battling some demons regarding that.
Like, literally, she started off with self-awareness and just did a nosedive right into the ground. Like, how are you going to say that you're battling your demons when it comes to, eating and getting your health in order, and yet here you are eating KFC, Hungry Jacks, and all this unhealthy stuff? Like, you're not fighting or battling any demons. Like, you're literally going to brunch with them every single day.
I have a very flexible job. I have a whole bunch of beezers, my tribe of people that I get to talk to, entertain on a daily basis. And I can do that from anywhere in the world.
Yeah, except you don't. You refuse to do the most basic of things. And yeah, you go to some places and do some stuff. But I mean, in comparison to what you and Amber could really be doing with the amount of money and stuff you make, it's very little, honestly. Like, the majority of it revolves around food. And, like, that's just a weird aspect to be like, yeah, I could do these things, but you don't, though. You could, but, like, why not actually put more effort into actually going places and doing things instead of just what I can eat or where I can eat? Like, actually put the effort in, and people will actually see that you're trying, and they will give you less criticism in the future. That's the main majority of the problem, is because you don't do the things that you should be doing, and you just refuse to really take accountability for it, and you go, well, I could do these things, and you have those rare moments of self-reflection, but then you don't actually follow through with them.
And I'm so thankful for you guys, and I'm so thankful for everything I have. So, again, this is a big thank you. A lot of people want to be social media influencers, they want to have YouTube channels, and only a certain percentage of people who start out actually stay in the game, because a condition of the game is being able to stay hanging on even with so much hate, vitriol, rumors, conspiracies, you know, IRL stuff thrown at you, and still keep going with a smile on your face. That's challenging for a lot of people. And I get a lot of like, how do you do it? And I mean, I've, you know, been a rage queen so many times, but I still will never get the mentality of these people who, you know, will say and do the most horrible things on the daily basis, will talk crap about me for days on end, like for hours and hours a day.
Most people are going to get some sort of judgment when you go online. That's just how it is. But, you know, the lies, the conspiracy theories, and those type of things aren't really common among a lot of people unless they have a controversy or two. But for the most part, like, a lot of people don't really get the worst of the worst as long as they're good and genuine people. Like, obviously, again, you're going to get some level of hate because that's just naturally how people are, and some people derive enjoyment out of making other people miserable. But a lot of the hate is stuff that you get, again, just criticism, and people are, you know, looking into your behaviors and assuming that, one, you're a compulsive liar, and two, they're placing their own judgments because they can't trust you. So you can't really say, a lot of people get that type of stuff because you don't really get those type of things. Like, it's not a very common thing for a lot of people to get because you need to have a lot of controversies and a lot of actual effort in order to build that type of audience and build that type of hate unnaturally. So you can't really say that is a common thing because it really isn't in a lot of ways. It's just more so the basic criticism, which is the common part of it.
Saying the most horrible things about me, my family, whatever, and then like a clap back is considered a rage. But whatever, let's just say, whatever, call me rage queen all you want. But at the end of the day, each time I do that, I at least know that I feel bad for it after. And why I feel bad is because I want to be a better person than that.
Like, yeah, you might feel bad, but at the end of the day, if you continue to do it, then you're not really changing it. You're not really accepting your behavior. You have to actually want to change and actually change if you want to be a better person, but you just expect it to come naturally, which it doesn't. Change requires effort, and you don't put that effort in. Alright guys, I'm just going to end the video here. I don't think there's anything really important. She just reiterates the same thing over and over again. But at the end of the day, if you're going to continue playing victim and you're not actually going to do any personal growth, I mean, it's your own fault for posting it online. You can only really do it so much before people go, okay, well, it's your own fault. So either do the personal work and growth and, you know, be a better person, or just continue complaining about how people unfairly judge you because, you know, you lack the inability to actually self-reflect. But I really do hope you guys enjoyed the video. I apologize again for being sick and probably being a little petty like I usually am in the past couple of videos. Just tired and run down and just dealing with a lot of issues. But I'm definitely glad that I get the chance to actually record a couple videos if I have to take a couple of days off. You know, it's actually nice. And as not fun as it is being sick, it is fun to be able to create some videos and take my mind off of it. Although giving myself a headache is not fun, but I leave you guys with this and just hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing and anything I can improve on. And as always, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.